So the next arm balance is Astavakrasana. We're going to get into this arm balance in 3 different ways. The first way is seated on the mat. Second way is kind of scooting into it off of the mat. And then the third way is from standing. So Michelle's going to start with her right leg forward and her left knee behind her left shoulder. Her left hand is down on the mat, and her left leg can stay on her arm because she's hugging in towards the midline, and her left shoulder is moving back into the socket so that she has a boundary to press into with her leg. And if you look at her left foot, her toes are really active. And then she's going to take her right ankle and cross it over the left. Her right hands, both hands are flat on the mat directly underneath her shoulders, and then she's going to lift her hips up off of the mat. She's going to hug her knees into the midline and take her hips back and straighten her legs. So the more she hugs into the midline, the straighter her legs will get. And then she comes down. So for the next one, we'll switch places. So if you're having trouble getting your hips up off of the mat, using a wooden floor, it might be an easier way to kind of scoot into it. So it's the same process, one leg forward and the other knee behind the shoulder. Place the hands, activate the feet, and cross the left ankle over the right. This time though, instead of lifting, she's actually going to scoot her hips back towards the back of the room and then lift from here. Squeeze her knees together like she's going to squeeze her arm and straighten her legs. So the harder she squeezes her knees together, the straighter her legs go. Good. So the third way that we're going to get into Astavakrasana is from standing. Michelle's going to take half bound Uttanasana with her left shoulder behind her left knee and her right hand bound behind her back. And then she's going to keep her hips high. She's going to place her hands on the mat. Then she's going to walk her right foot and cross it over the left ankle before she sits back. Then with her hips high, she can sit back onto her arms, straighten her legs, hug her knees in like we did in the other 2 poses. The point of coming into it from standing is that if you can't lift your hips up off of the mat, you don't have to in this pose. They're already lifted for you. Good.